Thanks, Dad. Hi, I know a lot of you, but for everyone who's here, whether I know you or not, thank you so much for coming. I wrote letters to home as a letter back to my younger self, and I hope that each of you can find a part of the story that resonates with the home that you've always been as well. This cast is amazingly talented, and I couldn't have asked for a better creative team, so thank you.
Letters to Home, a musical. Book, music, and lyrics by Grace McCauley. Arrangements by Billy Recce. Young Grace sits at her desk, writing a letter to her future self.
It's me. The year is 2005, and I don't want you to forget me. So I'll be writing you letters, hoping that you respond. So you can tell me, who do we grow up to be? Who do we grow up to be?
Lights up on a white padded room.
Hi, Grace. I'm Dr. Valerie Stint, but you can just call me Valerie. Can you tell me a little about why you're here? I have some information in your file, but I'd love to hear your story in your own words.
The lighting. Don't you just love the lighting?
Well, to be honest, I've never really thought about the lighting before.
It reminds me of the beach just after noon. What? Don't you see it too?
Like, is Jenny still our best friend? And does Mom still love to paint? Where do we go to high school? Will I ever wanna date? Dear Gracie, dear Gracie.
Are you suggesting that you consider this hospital a sort of mental vacation, then?
Well, Dr. Stint, we can't all go to Miami for Christmas.
Childhood bedroom. Teresa sits on young Grace's bed, a lit cigarette in one hand and a bottle of Southern Comfort whiskey in the other.
Just show me again, but this time put more emphasis on your wiggle shake move.
Mom, it's called grinding.
Okay, more oomph in the grinding then.
Fine, but you can't laugh this time.
Teresa takes a puff from her cigarette and on her exhale gestures her fingers toward the boombox. Young Grace presses play and begins dancing. She is uncoordinated and awkward. Teresa turns off the boombox.
No, you have to put your hips into it, Gracie. No one is gonna want to dance with you if you're shy like that. Where's your confidence?
Young Grace shrugs, embarrassed. Teresa gets up, bottle and cigarette in hands, and walks over to young Grace.
Here. Watch and learn how it's done.
Teresa presses play and starts dancing, grinding in the air.
Well, don't just stand there. Aren't you going to join your mother?
Young Grace walks over to Teresa and begins dancing as aggressively as her mother. The song ends.
Mom, that was amazing. I didn't know you could dance like that.
Yeah, well, there's a lot that people don't know about me.
Teresa walks back to the bed, the alcohol catching up with her. Young Grace grabs a wrapped present from her desk drawer.
I know it's still Christmas Eve, but I thought you might like this.
Where did you get this?
Teresa unwraps the present, which reveals a necklace.
Jenny's mom gave it to me for feeding their cats while they're away. Do you like it?
Teresa puts the gift down and takes another swig of Southern Comfort.
What's wrong, Mom?
Why don't you just go live with Jenny and her mom then?
Mom, I didn't.
While you're at it, why don't you join them on their family vacations?
I'm sorry.
I'm leaving, and I'm taking Christmas with me. I hope you're happy, Grace.
Teresa exits, slamming the door behind her.
Dear Gracie, where are you now? I've been writing you letters, hoping they've reached you somehow. I have so many questions. Who do we grow up to be? How did we get through this Christmas Eve? City snow against lampposts, dance past my window. Our home might be quiet tonight, but Christmas is gonna be alright.
A loud thump is heard. Young Grace finds Teresa half on the floor, struggling to hold herself up.
Why do you always hurt me?
Young Grace helps move Teresa to her bed, taking the bottle from her hand and placing it on the floor.
You're okay, Mom. It's all gonna be okay.
I want to be you when I grow up.
Young Grace covers Teresa with a blanket.
It's ringing Christmas somewhere. Christmas is singing somewhere. And all the lights are beaming and children are screaming. Just not here. But it's always Christmas somewhere.
A white padded room.
Let's explore the idea of Springs Hospital as a vacation spot. What attracts you to come here other than the lighting?
The lighting is hard to top, but if you need to know more, I could send you my brochure.
You mean the hospital's brochure?
Well, yeah, but I've made some edits. There's some important information missing in there.
Like what?
Well, if you ask me, the food here is pretty gourmet. I'm constantly asked which cognitive distortion would you like to try today. I've tried to stop shitting on myself soup, but it just wasn't for me. And the fallacy of change sounds way too pungent, and I'm not one for catastrophizing. Mental filtering is way too bland. Polarized thinking, on the other hand, is texture, tangy, inviting, altogether more exciting than the crusty robber of chicken parm I've been forced to eat in the past. You know, compared to the others, this hospital is a blast.
Okay. So you like the food. What else is in this brochure?
Not much other than the entertainment highlights.
Would you like to elaborate?
When I turned 10, my mom said to be more attentive. She then stopped letting me watch shows on TV. I think she just feared I'd know my life wasn't normal if I saw other families on screen living in harmony. So I did what she said, and I sought to be more observant. I learned to find stories and humor within the mundane. And I've witnessed a lot through my many years of practice. And this place deserves an Emmy over TV any day. You got the daily freakouts on the ward, people going AWOL to escape, watching patients cheat their meds or becoming lesbians so they can date. The reaction when it's realized our shoes do not have laces. God forbid someone asks why, and is told it's the hospital covering their bases. I don't know, Dr. Stin, it's just funny. It has to be, or it's too sad. Most people come here post trying to die, and my humor is all that they have. It's really a full-time commitment, being the only one who can laugh. I just love this place so dearly. Maybe that's why I keep coming back. My brochure.
Wow, that does sound entertaining. But inside a padded room, you don't get to see any of that. Why did you request to be in here?
It's been my lifelong goal to end up in here. I've been trying for years.
Young Grace sits at her desk, writing a letter to her future self.
Dear Gracie, I think I finally figured out how to keep Mom happy. You know that tiny TV happy where Mom says, "Sally, dear, would you pass me the salad, please? And don't eat too fast, Johnny. You can have seconds." The secret is acid. I heard Mom say that she did sex on acid and it opened up her whole world. Even though Mom won't tell me what sex is or how acid works, I know that when I'm old enough, it will be magical. When I do sex on acid, Mom will be so proud. I'll find an Isaac from Illinois and loudly we will shout that we've done sex on acid. I don't know what it means, but it needs to know when you can find the hope that acid brings. Sex on acid is just the best. Sex on acid, a cut above the rest. When on acid. Mom will hold my hand. She'll cry and say, "You're a woman now." And I'll finally understand. I think that things are changing from what I can see. 'Cause Mom seems way more into acid than her benzodiazepines. Sex on acid is just the best. Sex on acid, a cut above the rest. When I do sex on acid, Mom will hold me tight. She'll hug and never leave again in the middle of the night. Sex on acid is just the best. It heals my mom's dark pain. And one day I'll do sex on acid and she'll be mine again. And she'll be mine again. And she'll be mine. Sex on acid. Sex on acid. Sex on acid. Sex on acid. A cut above the rest.
Most patients who end up here try to leave as soon as possible, but you seem to want to stay. Can you tell me more about that?
I could tell you about Danielle,
Danielle.
the other regular here.
What does Danielle have to do with the padded room?
I mean, we're constantly surrounded by other patients who are sobbing or filled with manic joy or rage. Meanwhile, we can't feel anything. I convinced Danielle to throw the chairs up against the common room wall. I guess I figured it would make us feel something if we acted upset.
Did it work?
I mean, I felt alive at first.
At first.
Well, yeah. Then they blamed Danielle.
Your chart says that you were admitted for suicidal thoughts. Are you still having those feelings?
I never wanted to die. I just wanted to live. It seems too much to ask for, but what more did I have to give? I never wanted to die. I just wanted to live. You don't really want to know me, nor could you understand how someone like me ends up here, how this has always been my plan. Insurance won't approve me for the case that I present, so I settled I'd have ideation, the budding child of suicide instead. I never wanted to die. I just wanted to live. I never wanted to die. I just wanted to live. I never wanted to die. I just wanted to Is that what you wanted to hear? Are you trying to see if I'm sound? Because I've worked with people like you before, and I'm tired of being let down.
Do you think that I think that you're crazy?
Well, don't you?
Why don't you tell me more about your family? I see in your chart that you're an only child, grew up in the city, and were put into foster care around age 11.
Why don't you tell me more about your family, Dr. Stint?
What would you like to know about my family, Grace?
Let's see. What do they think about you becoming a shrink?
My family doesn't talk about their feelings much, so they were probably confused and maybe a little threatened. What does your family think about you becoming a brochure writer for hospitals? You're not crazy, Grace. In fact, I think you're deeply sane. You're choosing to be here, and you can choose to leave at any time. You're capable of creating a different life for yourself. You're not your mother. Take the heart out of home, you're left broken, tormented by words once spoken. See your mother out in the cold, gone are her chances, once bright and bold. But you're not her, you never could be, God knows you never will be. The sound of her laughter would stream through the hallways, so beautiful and bright. But then came the silence, so still and so distant. It cut through you like a knife. You need a new home for yourself inside. Though you feel broken now, you'll heal, dear girl, in time. Deep in my mind, I see you so clearly in some far-off foreign city. You stare out your window at the cold summer night. No need to run, no, not this time. You're not there, but you could be. Yes, someday you might be. You'll need a new home for yourself inside. Though you feel broken now, you'll heal, dear girl, you'll heal, dear girl, in time. It's time.
Is this how she felt? Slipping away, her barometer shifted so far. She can make it stop. Did she wonder if fear strings hearts, or if her inner child could find love inside her? What was she wearing when she last felt hope? Did she decide to let the urge take over? Would she do it again? Would she fight harder? Take the heart out of home, and you're left all alone. Better to hide than admit you want hope. Who am I without her voice in my head saying, don't waste your time, just give up instead.
Take the
Heart out of home and you're left all alone. Better to hide than admit you want hope. Who am I without her voice in my head saying, don't waste your time, just give up instead. Who would I be without her voice inside of me? Did honesty pain her? Did she realize she could go back? What was she wearing then? Did she wonder if fear strings hearts, or if her inner child could find love inside her?
What was she wearing then? What was she wearing?
What was she wearing then? What was she wearing?
Adult Grace enters her childhood bedroom, where young Grace sits writing another letter. Teresa stands on the opposite side of the bedroom, painting.
Dear Gracie, Mom painted our room again last night. It was 2 a.m. on a school night, and she came in with all this blue and white paint. She said she was giving me my own clouds, like the one she had on Prince Edward Island. I wanted to show Jenny, but when I asked her to come over, she said she wasn't allowed to. I don't think the clouds were really for me. I think they were for Mom. Will there ever be a time Mom is as happy as her clouds?
Prince Edward Island, that's where I wanna be. The sun's so bright there, I just melt into the sea. On Prince Edward Island, I don't have to hide. On Prince Edward Island, I'm fine. Prince Edward Island is where I fell in love with every version of the calling skies above. On Prince Edward Island, I know who I am. Grounded by the stillness, I yearn to understand. Just close your eyes, don't let your hope expose you. Just hold on tight, don't let the darkness control you. I never meant to lose who I am. But here I am. Prince Edward Island, that's where I choose to be. There's not a care there, just the birds and the tree. On Prince Edward Island, I don't have to hide. Prince Edward Island, Prince Edward Island, on Prince Edward Island, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Young Grace sits at her desk. Therapist and Grace remain in the padded room.
Dear Gracie,
What would you say to your mom if you could go back, Grace?
I don't know.
I'm starting 5th grade tomorrow.
No thoughts at all?
There's probably a lot that I could say that I just haven't let myself think about.
Well, let's try to think about it now. What do you remember most about your mom?
Her eyes.
I want you to understand something, Gracie.
The way they changed when she changed.
Do you remember collecting rocks when you were a small child?
Yes, and if you left them on the windowsill on a full moon night, they would turn into gold?
There was never any gold, Grace. I told you that they changed, but I painted them every time. And I made sure that they were dry by morning. Do you understand?
Yes.
What happened that night, Grace?
Well, it's past your bedtime.
She decided it was too much.
Wait! Can't you stay a bit longer?
And where did that leave you?
Can I convince you to stay? What's another minute anyway? I see the fear behind your eyes. Something about not knowing why the world felt so cruel.
Good night, Gracie.
Can I convince you to say that my life mattered more than you running from your pain? You kept on running, 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 and now you're gone, and I keep falling, 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 falling. Can I convince you to wait? Just take a breath and hold my hand, and it'll all be okay. Just stay a little longer. It'll all be okay.
Teresa stands outside of young Grace's bedroom.
legs give out. Bad guys are coming. I accept my fate and submit to the ground. I wake up haunted by my dreams throughout the day. Living in this body causes me so much How do I go to sleep knowing that the nightmares are coming for me? How could I choose to be tortured when I'm awake? And I can hardly breathe. Prince Edward Island, that's where I'm gonna be. The sun's so bright there, just the birds and the trees. Prince Edward Island, I don't have to hide on Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island, I'm alive. I'm alive.
My mom loved the fall.
I didn't know what had happened at first. I mean, I might have, but my body wouldn't really let it, you know?
She always said the fall was a new chance to be alive.
I just kept telling myself not to open the door. Just don't open the door and everything will be okay. Don't open the door and nothing has to change. Mom, wake up tomorrow and we'll have a new chance to make things right together. Finding you on the floor, shaking, slurring, needing more. This has become your everyday state, but it won't be our fate. I look through your eyes, so bloodshot, so sad. I see who I knew, who I needed so bad. You've always been the victim when I needed you to be my hero. I miss you. But I don't even know what it is that I miss. My memories are clouded by the smell of Southern Comfort and Marlboro cigarettes. I guess if I were to miss anything, it would be your dark sense of humor. The only way into me knowing that you had any sense of your state or mental illness, the only glimpse of hope that I could measure. I miss things I never got to experience. You never asked me how my day was, if I had homework, if I liked my teachers. Never asked me what my needs were, and you never asked if it was too much. More importantly, you never asked yourself where the silence came from. Or maybe you did. And that was too much. I want to hate you, but I'm afraid that once I do, you'll be erased forever. Even though I know you're never coming back. I'm never getting you back.
Are you ready, Grace?
Some people are forced to grow up, and some never grow up. And I'll love you forever.
Be my hero.
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 I felt the weight of the world slip off my shoulders and back into the ground. I can't help but wanna believe that running out of time isn't the worst place to be. You felt so right, but are so wrong for me. Your promise of control speaks to the child in me, but I'm left crawling back to who I need to be without you. Who am I without you? Your short-term high kept me numb, felt so safe in place of a home. Your short-term high kept me numb, felt so safe in place of a home. I just wanna go home. I just wanna go home. Stained memories were enemies my mother left behind. I'm here to reject that I'm meant to accept a story not meant to be mine. I'm not asking you to disappear, no, that wouldn't be fair. I'm asking you to hear me. I ask because I'm scared.
Dear Gracie, where are you now?
Please don't give away my whys if I let you hear me cry. I've worked too hard to slip away again. You taught me control.
Dear Gracie,
You gave me loopholes.
Dear Gracie,
Uncertainty brings urgency, and we deserve to try to find better ways than this to survive.
I see it all so clearly now, what I will have to be. In this whole wide world, there's no one who will stand here next to me. But that's alright, I'll be just fine. I won't let me down. I won't have to fear, I won't have to feel with no one else around.
Please don't give away your home just to hide and not let go. You have always been the love that you seek. You don't need to run away. You can feel it, so be safe. You've always been the home in me. You taught me control. You gave me loopholes. Uncertainty brings urgency, and we deserve to try to find better ways than this to survive. We must be brave. Uncertainty brings urgency, and we deserve to try to find better ways than this to survive. Survive. What do I have to do to leave?
You just leave.
Gracie takes the letters from young Grace's desk, holding them close to her chest.
The stakes have changed, and I'm setting us free. Thank you endlessly for loving me.
promised myself I wasn't gonna fall, and I also wasn't gonna come up here and speak after, but thank you so much for coming. Aren't they amazing? They're so good. Yeah, just thank you for coming, and this was excerpts from the show, so the full show will actually be performed this May at the New York Theater Festival. Information, thank you. Information is on the back of your playbills. I'll be hanging around. I still have to pay my bill in the back. So yeah, feel free to come talk to me. I'll be around, and thank you.